she's in here getting a PJ now. Okay.
Ready to go?
Look at you, Ready?
Good afternoon. If everyone could take their seats, please, we'll get started.
On that, Tim?
Thank you. Before we get started, we have an announcement. I was just informed that the live stream link we were given is incorrect, and I'm sorry about that. Apparently, if your home viewers go to the YVC YouTube channel, they'll be able to watch it live streamed right now, but you'll have to let them know because where they're going to log into is now incorrect. Sorry about that.
Love technology. Yeah, she's like the first snow that throws up. Did a good job this year too. Yeah. So all the Ellsworth nurses, that's so long.
Just
Yeah.
I didn't either.
One of our companies for last night. I just want to be employees. So.
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. We'd like to give some special thanks to Yakima Valley College administration, faculty, staff, nursing students, friends and professional colleagues, both here and in person, and also to those viewing at home. We are so grateful that you are joining us in celebrating this wonderful group of nursing students. Today we gather for the pinning ceremony for the fall class of 2022, Associate Degree in Nursing. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kimberly Tuning, one of the 6th quarter nursing instructors. First, I'd like to say how proud we are of all of you. Each of you have experienced your own unique challenges throughout your nursing education here at YVC. Your class survived the first global pandemic of our lifetime. Yet despite everything that COVID-19 threw your way, you adjusted and persevered through your hard work and dedication toward your end goal of becoming a registered nurse. You learned a lot, you grew in ways you couldn't have imagined, and those experiences led you here today. You should all be so proud of yourselves. The nursing pinning ceremony is a tradition that dates back to the 12th century, whereby knights who helped the sick were given a red cross to wear as a sign of their dedication to their patients. Several centuries later, the mother of modern nursing, Florence Nightingale, was awarded a similar badge of honor for her work during the Crimean War. She carried on the pinning ceremony tradition by awarding her brightest nursing students with a pin of excellence, which they would wear with pride, illustrating their achievements. Miss Nightingale was also known to those in the hospital as the lady with the lamp, as she would often round on her patients, again at night by candlelight, to ensure they had all they needed before she would leave them to go rest. The lamp also symbolizes the late hour rounding at night that each of you may be called to do, to ensure that your patients have what they need from you before you leave your duties to go rest. As nurses, when people need us, we are there. To paraphrase what Miss Nightingale said in her oath, as nurses, you must first do no harm to your patients. You must maintain the privacy of your patients and their families. You must aid the physicians and providers in care of your patients, and you must dedicate yourself to doing the best job that you can for them. Always strive to elevate the standards of the nursing profession. Now I'd like to welcome to the podium the faculty speaker chosen by this class, Irena Hatch, our interim nursing director and former 5th quarter nursing instructor.
Good afternoon. I was really not used to microphones. As my class would attest to, that my voice is quite well enough without without a microphone. But this is a little bit bigger environment. So thank you, my former quarter 5 students who now are all done and now graduated or soon to be graduated with your associate degree in nursing and then taking your board soon and future colleagues. So in quarter 5, they kind of get this unique change of atmosphere because they end up having to deal with me and they have to deal with my squirrel moments and then identify all their squirrel moments, and then we talk about squirrels and we talk about boiling frogs, and they're like, wait, I went to nursing school to learn about boiling frogs, and yeah, you went to nursing school to learn about boiling frogs. So we get sidetracked often, and that's okay because we eventually bring it back to the learning environment. And they did amazing in quarter 5, and they said, yeah, they were my favorite. But I have one of my former students here, so I don't know if I can really say that out loud now because he was one of my favorites. So truly was. So anyway, so it's an honor to be able to speak. And as Kimberly pointed out, I moved to the interim director of nursing, and I really miss my students. And I have to keep getting in trouble from now because I keep teaching quarter 5 students. So I really appreciate what Kimberly talked about with the lamp. And when you think about what a lamp represents and all the things that go into giving light. And so in order for a lamp to give light, to give what is needed, it has to have oil. And so the question is, where, as you endeavor to go forward in your nursing career, the question is, where are you going to get your oil to put in your lamp to give that care that you need? And some of that, that little bit of oil, that drop by drop gets put in. And it gets put in by all of these other people that are sitting here right now, the support family, the support friends, the colleagues. Those, you all, the children, the parents, the grandparents, the patients, the friends, the encouragement, the coworkers, they all help give you that extra oil that you need to come back again the next day to give that light and care to your patient. And so as your, I want to say student, but they're not students anymore. But as you deal with our new nurses, as the family, it's important that we encourage them and give them that extra need that they need to give that care. Because it's a lot to bring that care to patients. There's a lot more expected, as Kimberly pointed out. We've gone through a pandemic. There's a nursing shortage because people have left, and so they're getting into a profession where people are already tired, and there's a lot. I don't know. There's more expected of these people when they come out and work the floor, more than what I was expected to do, and so it'll be draining. It'll be hard, but they have here, and I find it wonderful as I look out a room full of support. It just does my heart good to see all the support that you all have. And so continue to give them that support, help them get that oil into their lamp, that they can go forth to be our leaders in healthcare. Hopefully some of these people will decide that they want to go into nursing education and replace us as nurse educators. So I was once a YDC graduate, so keep going forward and become that instructor and the directors and leaders that you have already started out to be. Just in closing, you know, I just want to say it's amazing working with these young people, the energy they bring, the dedication they bring, the excitement they bring to what they're doing. It is wonderful, and I know that they have worked really, really hard to get here. They went through all the prereqs, struggling through those, stressing through those, crying over tests, and then they get into quarter one, and then they get introduced to, wait a minute, this is not what it was like in biology. And then they get in, and it keeps getting harder as they keep going through. So it's an achievement, and it's a great achievement that they've managed to do to get where they are. And I'm proud of them. I'm proud of you all for your support. And we'll go forward now with the pinning ceremony, and I turn it over to Hannah.
Thank you very much, Anna. Next up, we have our student speaker. Our student speaker is Lauren. She was born in Kansas, but moved around the United States, living in Missouri, Texas, and Michigan before ending up in Washington. As she was growing up, she knew she wanted to be a nurse. More importantly, she wanted to be someone who lets people know they are loved and seen. She wanted to make a difference. When her now 10-year-old son was born in Michigan, Lauren felt God calling her to nursing for the second time in her life. He was in the NICU, PICU, and had 3 surgeries in the first 3 months of his life, and the nurses that cared for them made a difference in some really challenging days. So in 2012, as a single mom, Lauren completed her CNA certificate and started the long journey to obtaining her nursing degree. After graduation, Lauren plans to continue advancing her career by earning her BSN while working to become a flight nurse. In the meantime, she is a busy boy mom to 3, Knox, Maverick, and Bowie, and married to an amazing man who has helped her achieve this step today. Lauren?
I love you, Lauren. I feel like this day is super surreal. Hi, family and friends. It's a privilege to be standing here and representing the best student nursing cohort. I cannot imagine a better group of women to have gone through this with. I've had the privilege to get to know them and survive the past 2 years with them. For the past couple of years, we've introduced ourselves as a student nurse. Today, that's changing. We're laying down that title, we're preparing for the NCLEX, and we will soon get to call ourselves RNs. For a lot of our friends and family here today, this might be the first time you're seeing us in the past couple of years. I'm sure a lot of you got used to hearing us say, I have to study, I have an exam this week. Trust me, we felt like we were always taking them too. A lot of you were there with us when we got the call and found out that we'd been accepted into the nursing program at YVC. We were anticipating the email that we'd been awaiting or the letter that would come, and very soon gave you all those phone calls and shared with you the good news. We soon got our YVC scrubs and our pen lights and our stethoscopes, and soon started practicing on all of y'all before we even probably got started, some of us. And I'm just so thankful that we've had all of the family support that we have had through these past couple of years. I remember our first class, we didn't show up to the school because we were in a pandemic. And so we started from our homes with a nice cup of coffee or whatever caffeinated beverage we had of our choice, and a stack of books alongside us that we could pull from as quick as we could and make sure that we felt like we were prepared or seemed prepared, because we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. It wasn't long before we were saying, what in the world is a NANDA? And we have to take a quiz this week and an exam on Monday. How are we going to do that? But we got through it, and pretty soon we started preparing for a head to toe and had to learn how to say some really smart medical terms like PERLA, which is pupils equal round, reactive to light, and accommodation, and started saying things like periorbital edema and ptosis. We jumped right into second quarter, hit the ground running, learned all the things OB, and started learning about surgical nursing. That quarter, we walked into clinical hospitals because the previous quarter we hadn't gotten to, so we were super excited to step into the ORs or OB. We were pretty torn half and half on that, I feel like. And we very quickly learned a little bit better what we were supposed to be doing with our care plans. I'm sure you've all heard us talk about the dreaded care plans. A lot of us did not get a lot of sleep and would come to our clinical days with bloodshot eyes and wondering how we're going to make it through the day, and again, guzzling the coffee and surviving. But we survived, and I think we also asked our nurses at clinical a lot of questions like, is it okay to give them ginger ale, and can I help them to the bathroom? Because you never want to do anything wrong. And we survived again and continued on to our next quarter. Third and fourth quarter, we started to have a better grasp of what we were doing. Pharmacology quizzes became a more regular part of preparation. Those were always fun. A long list of drugs, and there will be 5 questions, so be ready for anything. You know, in nursing school, preparing for exams is rough because all the answers are right, or at least 3 of them are right, and you have to be ready to pick the best one. So you're constantly asking yourself, which one's best? We had a lot of anticipation for 5th quarter, but the end still seemed so far away. And it wasn't long before Arena came in and pulled Megan Fox into the room shouting, "Megan, Megan, are you okay?" Also, just in case you didn't know, breathing is not optional. Arena would remind us this often and usually would throw a good reminder in there before the exams so we would remember to breathe, maybe for that exam, or maybe just a good reminder for a good tip on the test as well. Again, we survived another quarter and one day closer. This quarter started with so much anticipation. We crammed 12 weeks into 6. And I don't know how we did it, but we survived. It was a crazy quarter. Peggy, Carol, Arena, Kimberly, all of our clinical instructors, thank you so much. We could not have done this without you guys. It has been a crazy 2 years. Thank you for the support. Thank you for encouraging us and reminding us that you guys were there for us and that you wanted us to succeed. There were a lot of days that I think imposter syndrome was creeping in and we were like, how are we ever going to be able to do this? And seriously, to the nursing cohort, I love you guys so much, and I'm so excited as we venture out into the next, whatever's next for us. And I'm just praying as you guys go forward. I believe that we are set apart and that He has a very specific purpose and plan for each and every one of us. I can't wait to see what you all do. And I know that God's going to use each and every one of us. I think as long as we go out there, we continue to be intentional and continue to just focus on our why and why we signed up for nursing, that we're going to do great. Y'all, we did it.
Now the moment that you have been waiting for 2 very long years. We are going to start with pinning. Graduates, again, when I call your name, if you could come up and enter that side of the stage, we'll pin you here, and if you could leave that side of the stage, that would be awesome. Okay? All right, we are going to go in alphabetical order. I'm really sorry, McKenna. Brianna Andreas. Brianna says, I want to give a special thank you to my family and to my fiance for all your love and unconditional support. Thank you for all of your encouragement throughout those long days and sleepless nights. I'm excited for this new journey and can't wait to make you all proud. Love, Bree. Kelsey Benedict. Kelsey says, I want to thank my family and friends for all your support and encouraging words, for believing that I could succeed in this nursing endeavor and reminding me that I was on the right path when I struggled to believe it. Thank you to my classmates. I am better today because we were able to navigate this journey together in community. Thank you, nursing instructors, for your patience, kindness, and for passing on your wealth of knowledge. You are the reason we have grown into the nurses we are today. Wow, we did it. We are nursing school graduates. Kennedy, your presence has been requested. Ana Flores.
Primero que nada, quiero agradecerle a Dios por haberme dejado cumplir esta meta. Gracias a mi familia por todo su apoyo. Sin ellos no podía lograr esto. Gracias a mis padres por todos sus sacrificios que han valido la pena. Last but not least, a huge shout out to my classmates who made this journey memorable.
Mariah Graves. Mariah says, I want to give a huge shout out to my grandparents for being by my side throughout this entire experience. I would not have been able to do this without the constant love and support they've shown me. I also want to thank my friends for always pushing me to be the best version of myself. I love you guys more than anything. Lastly, thank you to my classmates. I couldn't have asked for a better group of girls to go through this journey with. Jasmine Grove. Thank you to my family for the unconditional love and support, to my husband for helping me physically, mentally, and emotionally and financially, to my sister for housing and feeding me during my stay in Yakima, to my parents for assisting me with my tuition, and to my instructors for believing in me. I would not be where I am today without you all. Josie Kirk. Josie says, I would like to give a huge thank you to my mom and dad for supporting me and believing in me every step of the way and helping me get to where I am today. I am very grateful for the endless support from all my family. I am grateful for all my classmates that turned into lifelong friendships. I wouldn't want to go through the crazy ride of nursing school with anyone else.
Picture time.
Allie Croft. Ellie says, we did it. Graduation is finally here. With that being said, I'd like to take this time to say thank you to my friends and family for being an amazing support system over the last few years. All the kind words of encouragement haven't gone unnoticed. I want to give an extra special thank you to my mom. She has been my #1 supporter, not only in the nursing program, but throughout my entire life. I wouldn't be where I am today without Mom. Angelica Leon. She says, I want to thank everyone for accompanying me along my nursing journey, from starting my prerequisites to the end of the nursing program. I want to thank my younger sister, Erica, for always encouraging and motivating me to do better and to push through, especially during the most challenging times. Lastly, I thank my classmates for making this nursing journey memorable and less stressful. Congratulations, class of 2022. Macy Martin. I would like to thank my family and friends for all the support they have shown me throughout nursing school. I would like to give a special thank you to Christian and Ashley for all the encouragement, and Hannah for being willing to precept for me. I wouldn't have done it all without you all. Lauren Morris. Oh, okay, sorry. Becoming a nurse was a big goal. I knew I was being called to this when my oldest was in the NICU, now a little over 10 years later, and here we are. That didn't take long at all. I don't even know how to wrap my brain around this. I'm so thankful for God's timing because I could not have picked a better group of women to do this with. Y'all are absolutely amazing and I love you all so much. Sage, you have become such an amazing friend. Thank you for encouraging me anytime I started to doubt myself, putting up with my overthinking. Oh yeah, and helping me change a tire on our way to clinical too. That was fun. Sage, you are resilient. Anna and Johnny, I'm also so glad I had y'all to carpool with, and I'm so glad I get to call y'all friends. Thank you for putting up with my knowledge deficiency when it came to directions. Leslie and Caitlin, could not have survived nursing school without our little study group. Thanks for helping me avoid all those rabbit holes and pulling me out. Seriously, just thank you for loving me. Brianna, thank you for combing over all the little details with me and being patient with a million little interruptions. I seriously love our cohort, and again, his timing was perfect because I needed all of y'all to help me get me through this. Mom and Dad, thank you so much for being so flexible and willing to jump in anytime I needed it. My kids have the best Chief and Fave. Yes. Okay, sorry. And they are never lacking love because y'all have filled in all the gaps and just loved us so well in this crazy season of life. Taylor, B, Lainey, Caleb, and B, thank you so much for always being so willing to jump in and help with the boys and encouraging me on the hard days. Grandma, thanks for all your prayers and all your encouragement. Knox, Mav, and Bo, you were the best little boys ever, the craziest study group, but somehow you always knew just when to come and give me a big hug and kiss. I love you three. You are amazing inside and out. And Nick, I have pretty much been going to school since we have been together. I literally could not have done this without you. You are the kindest, most patient, and genuine human being I have ever met. You have carried so much, worked 2 jobs, taken care of the house, the kids, and me. Not only have you done all these things, but you have done it well and with a smile on your face. Thank you for picking me up on the days that I didn't think we would get there. Also, thanks for feeding me and making me coffee. I've done all the things backwards, but he gave me you, so somehow that didn't matter. I'm just so thankful. Getting here was hard, but honestly, it was more than that. It was a miracle. I see his grace and mercy. God's hand has been so evident in this journey. Today, I am just thankful. Guess what, y'all? We did it. Sylvia Navarro. Sylvia says, I want to say thank you to my husband for his reassurance and words of encouragement when I had self-doubt. Thank you to my parents who have always been there when I needed it. Thank you to my sister for always saying yes to my last-minute calls to babysit my daughter. Thank you to my daughter for giving me the motivation to start and end this rough journey. Lastly, thank you to my cat, Vegeta? Vegeta, okay. Whose mere presence makes me smile. Elizabeth Reese. Elizabeth wants to say thank you to my family who supported me in so many ways throughout this journey. Marty, for, as he says, putting up with me while I panicked on a weekly basis. And my girls, Maddie and Taylor, who motivated me to want to be better. Lastly, a big thanks to all of my instructors and my amazing cohort. Sage Ripplinger. Sage says, I want to start by saying thank you to the women in my cohort. I'm so very proud and honored to have went through this experience with you all. Congratulations to every single one of you. To Lauren, you are such an inspiration to me, as a mother, a friend, and now a nurse. I will forever cherish all the memories we made through nursing, from you falling asleep on FaceTime while we studied, to all the prayers before exams. To Leslie, Bree, Mariah, Josie, and Caitlin, thank you for all the hilarious texts and lunch dates. I can't express enough how much I needed those laughs. To my dad, thank you for not only changing my life, for being such an amazing role model to me. To Mara, Chris, and Sammy, thank you for being the family I could only ever dream of. You have made me smile even on the darkest days of nursing school. To my Nana, thank you for putting a roof over my head and being the absolute best friend the past year and a half. Your love and prayers over me play a huge role in why I'm standing here today. To Papa, you are my inspiration, and thank you for all your years of service as a police officer. Thank you to my instructors for the amazing guidance. Lastly, thank you to my baby Archie for giving me so much purpose and courage to be the best version of myself. I can't wait to be your mom. Johnny Saucedo. The past couple of years have brought many challenges to us all. As a student, I had to dedicate many days and nights to my education, with much time spent away from my children. This was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, and it was all to give them a better life. I was able to do this with the support I received from my husband, kids, and family, and for that I am deeply grateful. I could not have gotten through school without them. To my aunt and uncle, you took me in, raised me, and have always been there for me and my children. To my sisters, thank you for all of your support and encouragement. Most importantly, to my husband, I give you all my appreciation. Thank you for everything you have done to support my education and for your continual encouragement and support of everything I do. I love and appreciate you all. Leslie Skillproof.
I'm gonna try to read this, y'all. I don't know if I'll be able to get through it. So I'd just like to say thank you to everyone, and when I say everyone, you know exactly who you are. This sentiment would be way longer than it should be if I mentioned everyone who's helped me get through this journey. To my girls that have stood by me through every quarter, the good, the bad, and always having my back, thank you. It's been a long race, but here I am, finally at the finish line. I never dreamed about success, I worked for it. A nurse is not what you do, it's what you are. I am a nurse, it's not what I do, it's what I am. We did it.
Nuhilia Sierra. Nuhilia says, I want to give a huge thank you to my friends and family for all their support and encouragement throughout my nursing school journey. I genuinely could not have done this without you. There were a lot of ups and downs along the way, but we were all able to get through this crazy journey. Caitlin Sullivan. I would like to thank my family for all their support over the last 2 years, my classmates who were always there when I needed them, and my boyfriend for all of his love and support throughout this journey. I wouldn't be here today without any of you guys. Thank you. Katie Varela. From online classes, practicing catheter setups in our homes, crying in the bathrooms during clinicals, and being terrified to come back to in-person lectures, we really did it. I am truly proud of all of us for everything we have endured to make it to this point in our lives. I want to thank my family, especially my parents and beautiful siblings, for always being by my side and helping me to become the person I am today. Congratulations, everyone. McKenna Weld. She says, thank you all for being here to witness the day I never thought would happen. First off, I want to thank my wonderful boyfriend for always encouraging me and helping me study my flashcards, even if he could not pronounce all of the words. I would also like to thank my dad for always believing in me, even when I did not believe in myself. All of the late nights, tears, test anxiety, and hours of YouTube videos have finally paid off. Here's to the next chapter of our lives. Congratulations. Let's give one final huge round of applause for all 19. And now that all that stands between you and everything after is me, I'll keep this brief. A special thanks goes out to the Central Washington Region Nurses Association, President Junie Lyon and Vice President Jana Haggerty for being with us today. They also generously donated the delicious cake for our reception. As you walk out those doors and prepare for the NCLEX and your first job as a nurse, don't forget the lessons you learned in nursing school. And I don't mean med, calc, and care plans. Remember to trust your gut, stick up for yourself and your patients, and read incessantly. And finally, welcome officially to the Sister and Brotherhood of Nurses. We're happy you're here. And now please join us for a brief reception with cake to celebrate the accomplishments of this class.